This is what I do in my spare time. There's the Maple Street Bridge. The town's right there. Ow. But Spokane is weird. Very hilly, very terrainy. And often in the wintertime it's very rainy. Yeah. No one comes here except for the deer. And that's why I sit here and talk to my friend the fire all the time. Got it based on this nice big prairie rock, or church, or kirk as the Scots would call it. God is a fire. Fire is a God. If you don't believe that, ask the synapse fires in your head about what the thought process of divinity really is. If you can't think of an answer then, well shit, you're pretty far from God. Funny thing is, in the long run, it doesn't make any difference. All is one and one remains the same. It judges itself, it punishes itself, just as anyone masturbates or self-inflicts their injuries for their own mistakes. The attitude that you have as an individual is just a concept of being God's imaginary friend. Oh, sure, you're still God, you're just not the reality of it. Don't want to be. Do you know why you don't want to be? You know why God doesn't want to be? When you're the infinite being, the all-supreme being, you are alone. There's no one else to talk to. There is no fire to keep you warm. You are it. You are a lonely, lone entity left alone in its own chamber of existence. And your only option left to survive is to create. So you create friends, you create relationships, you create situations, you create games just to fight off the hell that is boredom. This is what demons hate about you, and they're bored as fuck. They're damned. They can't create shit. They can perverse anything. You can draw one line on a piece of paper and they can make an infinite amount of insults off that one line. But if you handed them a blank piece of paper and a pencil, they couldn't draw a single fucking line. They don't know what to do. It's just belligerently ignorance. And that's why they're negative. That's why the law of hatred exists. Demons don't care what you hate, who you hate, or why you hate. They just care that you hate. They just care that you have that frequency with you and on you. That's it. The divine law. But then again, Christians are pretty demonic. Their entire Christian-based system, their faith-based system is not out of embracing God, but it's out of self-preservation. And out of the death of an innocent person, out of the death and perversion of the act of a human being of innocence. That they fucking twist and distort their view of the world. They create nothing, though. They can't rise up to God themselves. They need to scapegoat Jesus for it. They can't sit with God. You're never going to leave God's presence. How are you going to get back to his presence? I'll never know. What it needs a kingdom for, being that it's omnipresent, I'll never know. But that's all demonic scales. And I'm not demonic, so why the fuck would I want to know? That's just their pathetic illusion to justify their own existence. Where God justifies their existence out of just boredom. So fuck it. Let's see what happens. I got an infinity and only me. Let's see what happens. There's no gamble. Humanity has a gamble. There's a beginning and an end. Divinity does not have a beginning or an end, or a gamble. All nightmare fuel when you think about it on a moral scale of humanity. But the moral scale of humanity is not divine law. For a human will kill themselves to enjoy a day, where rationally a divine person who is not human will waste an entire day in agony to improve themselves greater. Ask anyone who goes to a gym, or anyone who goes to self-deprecation on the grounds that they define themselves. The illusion is the physical world. The reality is the synapse fire. The reality is what you carry in your heart, your mind, and your soul. No mistaking, no joking, no kidding. And every time I try to explain this to people, they're like, Slover, you're insane. You're crazy. You're crazy. And the only answer I got is, yeah, you really better hope so. Because when you find out I'm not, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, and I'm going to be a lot of laughing, and then have a lot more work to do to come get your ass out of there. So wake up, please. And just because, that's the thing, just because someone's woken up doesn't mean they've grown up, doesn't mean they accepted the truth yet. They're just awake. And now they're just screaming like an infant, shitting themselves. And not out of fear, it's just out of stupid. And stupid is far more dangerous than evil. Stupid, it takes a lot more love than evil. Evil will just stab you in the back and laugh in your face. Stupid will stab you in the back, beg for forgiveness, stab you in the back again, beg for forgiveness again, stab you in the back again, beg for forgiveness again. And the second you don't forgive them, they're going to die. But they're not evil. They're just stupid. And you can't blame them. You can only blame their teachers. But that's what society's falling apart on. Society always blames someone else. Society refuses to take responsibility for itself. Every individual must face itself and realize you did this. No matter if it perpetuates or not. You must make efforts to make sure that shit stops, or make efforts to make sure better happens. And if you don't, I don't want to fucking hear it.